Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Welcome to the crazy busy Vlogmas week 4. So I am in my coat because I just got Lexi to school and then I went and picked up my grocery order from Walmart. Let's just say it's a lot. I got all that pile on the ground to put away. I got all this pile right here to put away. And then I have the pile on the kitchen table to put away. Now you might think, well, Jenna, that's a lot of groceries. And it is. We basically just all get one big grocery order for whoever needs to cook in the family. And then you cook at whoever's house you're at. So my sister-in-law lives all the way on the Missouri side of the river. So she's gonna come over to our house and hang out with Lexi on Christmas Eve since Brian and I have to work and start prepping what she can the day ahead. She and I kind of divide the cooking up evenly. And then Brian and his brother Dave, they deep fry the turkey. So they'll do that in the indoor deep fryer, not an outdoor one, down in the basement. And us girls will be cooking in the upstairs. And so basically I have to sort through all the groceries. I'm trying to put the stuff that is for Christmas cooking right there because I'm hosting Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So Christmas Eve, we always do, much to Brian's dismay, snacky type foods like cheeses and salamis and cheese balls. And I've got the stuff for making subs and all that. And then we're gonna make this dip that he likes. It's like a spicy nacho cheese meat type of dip that you scoop up with like Tostitos or something. So basically I've just got a lot to unpack, unfortunately. And did I go to Walmart in my pajamas? Yes, I did. I did not have to get out of my car. It's the beauty of grocery pickup. If I could have had it delivered, I would have, but this way I knew I got everything. So now to unpack all of this, I really don't want to. Does anyone want to come help me? Lexi's at school until noon, half day today, last day of school for Christmas break, so she can't help me. I just basically planned the order so that I could drop her off, then go get the order before OPD became too much of a dumpster fire because, working for that corporation, when it gets to be really close to Christmas, everybody and their brother is doing orders and it is just on fire and everyone has to go help them. So I thought, let me just do this early in the morning before all the chaos sets in. So I've got my chaos a little more organized now. And this is most of the things we need for Christmas Day dinner and Christmas Eve. So as I said, I am doing little sub sandwiches, and that is 12 mini sub rolls. Plus I've got my own wheat bread to make my own sandwich if I want. And there's dip. So I don't know that people will have too many sandwiches. And then I've got a variety of meats and cheeses. So my husband really likes the buffalo chicken, so I wanted to make sure I had something for him. And then for the rest of us, I have ham and turkey from the deli. And then I'm gonna make my cheese ball, and I've got cheese in here. I've got Colby Jack cheese and then American cheese. And you can either have mayonnaise or we can probably use some of the Miracle Whip from the deviled eggs. And then I got mustard. For the dip, I've got, where did I put those? Ritz crackers. Oh, here they are. Ritz crackers and Triscuits. Those need to go back over here. So you can do that with the cheese ball. And then the Tostitos are for, like I said, the dip that my husband really likes. So we're trying to make sure we have a variety of things. So it is considered a actual meal because he does not think the snack foods are a meal. But the rest of us like doing that on Christmas Eve. It's a tradition that we started with his dad, who just kind of wanted, you know, snacky type foods, cheese balls and stuff. And it was just easier for me to do that than have to cook a whole meal the night before Christmas and then turn around and cook again for Christmas. So now I'm getting all set up to start my sugar cookies. I think I say this every year, but I use John Cannell's recipe with cornstarch. You don't taste the cornstarch, but it gives you those crisp edges on the cookies. And then I use what some people call the Frankenstein royal icing. It's not really royal icing with egg whites. It's royal icing that uses corn syrup. And then it sets well for me and it pipes well for me. And you just thin it out with milk instead of water. And it works awesome. So I'm going to try to get a batch of that dough made so I can get it in the fridge before I got to go pick Lexi up from school. And then when I get back, we can roll out those sugar cookies. And then she is going to help me make some chocolate chip cookies. And that is what I'm giving to my associates for the holidays, is I always do like a hot chocolate bar for them, where I have cute little holiday cups. These are the ones that I have at my house where you can just put the lid on it. These are the Chinette ones, but I got some of those. I got a Grinch tablecloth and napkins. I'm so excited for this. I think it'll be cute. And so I'm going to have the cookies laid out, and then there'll be a Keurig there that will be dispensing hot water. And then they'll just have a packet of it's the kind we use at home, just the Swiss Miss with the marshmallows already in it. Make it easy on ourselves. It's going to be a busy holiday weekend. I work 10 to 7 Saturday, so I mean, it's going to be insane. If you've ever worked holiday retail, you know how insane it gets. So I'm really excited to do this for my associates because I'm over the front end. So I've got all the cashiers, all the cart pushers, all the maintenance. It's just a lot, and to try to buy them each individually something would just get really expensive. So this is a way that I can show my appreciation and gratitude for them, for all their hard work throughout the year, especially at the holiday. So my dough is all done. I just separate it into 2 discs and then wrap it in plastic wrap because sugar cookie dough needs to chill a bit before you roll it out. So that way it has time to firm up, and then we will roll that out. But I've got to go get Lexi from school, so that worked out perfectly. 1 batch of dough should be enough for me this year because I'm also doing chocolate chip instead of just the sugar. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. So let's go get Lex from school. Ooh, look at my hair. I'm in front of the school, got a good parking spot. I don't have to wait in the pickup line because Lexi is considered a walker. When it is nice weather, she just walks on the sidewalk. We live on the same side of the street as the school, and we're less than a block. Like, it's literally a block. The stadium's in our backyard of our neighbors, so we can see the school. So we let her walk, but it is cold today, and they had early dismissal. So walkers have to get picked up in front of the building. You don't have to wait in the car line, which is actually kind of nice. So I have these cards. Lexi did these last night. They were for her teacher and her orchestra teacher, and there's gift cards on them. We got her teacher a gift card to Starbucks because Lexi see her with Starbucks cups sometimes. And then her orchestra teacher, we got her a Panera gift card because we weren't sure. Eventually, like maybe end of the year or end of next year when she moves on from Mrs. Pierce, I will go ahead and get her like something a little more musically inclined because I've got lots of things. Tricks up my sleeve, places where I can go to order things that are musical, something a little more special. But Lexi forgot to grab these. I told her last night in my text message from work, I'm like, hey, don't forget to do this. Make sure you put them in your folder so you remember to take them to school. And this morning I saw them laying there and I said, hey, don't forget to put those in your green folder so you remember to take them to school. And then we rushed out the door, and guess what? Did not make it in the green folder. So when she comes out here, I'm going to give them to her so she can run back inside the school. I don't know if her orchestra teacher will be here because she travels, but I know her classroom teacher will still be there, so she can give both of them to her classroom teacher, and they can just put the orchestra teachers in her cubby. Here she comes. Last day of school before break. Wait a minute. Look what you forgot at this house.
I better go give them to the now.
Yeah, you better hurry up. You're back.
I'm back.
You ready?
Yeah.
Are you excited? We are gonna go home. Are you still hungry? Do you want a snack or anything?
I need a snack.
You're gonna need a snack. And then after that, we'll start making the cookies. I've already got the dough ready so we can roll out the sugar cookies and cut them out. And then you're gonna help me make the chocolate chip ones.
Oh, yay.
Sound good?
Yep, sound good.
All right, let's get going. So Lexi is home from school. She's gonna help me. We've got our 2 discs of dough. I pulled them out of the fridge so that way they'll heat up just a little bit. They'll warm up. We're gonna put a little flour down on our board. I've just moved the mixture off to the side because we still got more cookies to make. And then Lex, we're gonna go ahead, put this dough down on the counter. And you sprinkle a little bit of flour on each side of the dough because you don't want it to stick to the counter. And then you flour your rolling pin. Now for me, I gotta pound this up a little bit. And then once you've kind of flattened it a little bit, as you start rolling it, it'll go. And it may crack around the edges. That's okay. That is okay. Because the more you roll with it and work with it, it will soften up. So you don't want it to be so soft that it's like sticking to the counter. Let me show you what I'm doing. I'm gonna let Lexi cut out the cookie, so do that, dip it in the flour, and then get it right over here. Make sure all of it's in there, and then press straight down. And then when you pick it up, perfect. And then just use your finger to push it gently out, gently. And it should just pop out of there because of the flour. There you go. And then just lay it off to the side here. And then we'll put them on a cookie sheet here in a minute. You want to do another one? Try to get as close to the edge as you can so we can get as many out of this one as we can. Nope. Go right up there. Perfect. Just put your scraps over there. Okay. Good. Good job. All right, we're gonna keep cutting these out and then we'll come back when we're done. So we have been re-rolling our scraps, and it's not baking unless you got a little flour on your chin. And then over here, we've got some cooling. I always put like a dish towel or something underneath my rack to catch any crumbs. But these are how they turned out. And as you can see, they crisp up and keep their shape the bag. It's nice and golden. And you can fit them close together on the pan because they don't spread out on you. The cornstarch doesn't really take away from the flavor as long as you use that teaspoon of vanilla. And I use salted butter in my baking and just lower the amount of salt that it calls for, because I usually always have salted butter on hand and don't have unsalted on hand, and don't ever think to buy unsalted. So just cut down how much it says in his recipe if you use salted butter. But yeah, what's really gonna make the cookie flavor taste good is I'm gonna put the icing on top. So honestly, this is like the perfect base for cookies. So this is gonna net me, oh, well, at least 24 cookies, and then plus I've got the chocolate chip. So between all that, we should be good. We are back from dance. My other cookies have cooled, so I will ice them later after Lexi goes to bed. So now we are going to make the chocolate chip cookies. So Lexi, you're going to help me grab the Toll House bag there. And the Toll House bag of the chocolate chips. And you're going to have to put it over here so we can read the directions. Okay, Lex, you're going to turn the Toll House bag over, and the recipe is on the back there in this white part. So what is the first thing we need to do? Find the instructions. That's the list of all the ingredients. You need to find the instructions.
Pre-oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit.
Already did that.
In a small bowl, combine flour, baking soda, and salt. In a large mixing bowl, beat butter, granulated sugar, brown sugar, and vanilla extract until creamy.
How much butter?
Okay, 1 cup, 2 sticks of butter.
Okay, so we've got the 2 sticks of butter. So let's go ahead and put those in here so we can get that to creaming, and then we'll get the sugar, okay? So go ahead and put your butter sticks in there. And we've had the eggs sitting out as well, so they're not cold either. Got it? Very good. And then you can shake it off the exits. Like that, see? And then there you go. Okay. 1. Just dump it on in there. Okay. Just level it off. There you go. Good. 2. 1 more. Oh, not quite. Break it up. Chunk it up. Chunk it up down in there. Just chunk it up. There you go. Good. Now turn it back on. Well, we still got the brown sugar, but turn it back on. Okay. Now, we need that 4th cup measure back because we got to do the brown sugar. Now, remember how for brown sugar I taught you how to pack it? You want it packed. Do you remember how?
I see.
Do you remember what to do?
You just go like this and you just go like this.
Well, you need to get it full first.
Just go down in there. Go down in there. Just go pack it. Go like that. Take some of that stuff off. Try to pack it in there.
That's good, actually. Yep. And how many of those do you need?
3.
Very good. Make sure it's going in the bag down in there, is it?
It is.
Okay. I always just leave my brown sugar in a Ziploc bag down in there to keep it from getting hard. And then my other brown sugar is in the pantry, like the bigger one that I fill these smaller ones from.
Okay, that's pretty good.
That's fine. One more.
Got dig in there.
There you go.
I need a little more.
That was probably pretty good.
This is pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Now, we're gonna get the air out of that. Just brush your hands off into the thing. That's fine. And then you're just gonna get all the air out of that bag and seal it back up. So just start sealing one end and then get close towards the other end, and then you're just gonna get the air out of it. Lexi loves cracking eggs, so she is gonna crack the eggs. We have 2 eggs. I always let her crack them into a bowl first, one at a time, to make sure there's no shell. And good job, no shell.
Nice.
All right.
There.
Kitty, you cannot come up here while we're cooking, sorry. No cat furs allowed.
Sorry.
All right. You can toss those, and then we're just going to dump these back into the mixer with it on. No, Kitty. So we've already got the vanilla and the brown sugar and the butter in there. So now you're just going to dump the 2 eggs in there. Okay?
Now?
Mm-hmm. Good job. We got some dough ready to scoop. So scoop it, just a full scoop, and then you scrape it up the sides. No. Okay, let me show you what I mean. So, when you scoop cookie dough, you scrape it up the side like that. See?
Okay.
So then you get it the same, like, and then you just do that.
Okay.
And then it scoops right onto there, okay?
Okay.
So Lexi is in bed. We got all of the chocolate chip cookies done. I have packaged them up in these little boxes here. I've got this one, and then that one is where the bulk of them are. And now I've finished typing out these little Santa hats. I use Wilton's white sparkling sugar, and that is what I use. Let's see if I can find a good one that's dry. So this is what they look like. So it's got see if I can get a better hold on it. There we go. So you basically pipe on the white royal icing, and then right as soon as you pipe it on, you put the standing sugar on, because my icing dries pretty quick. So I pipe all the little snowballs on first, and then I go back and do the bottom part, and then I leave the red for last. I always use Wilton's No Taste Red. When you're working with royal icing, you don't want to use liquid food coloring, so you want to use Wilton's gels so it does not dilute your icing. Because you want flood for the red part, but for those snowballs, that other part, you don't want it super runny, so you do not need flood consistency. Anyway, so I will see if I can get a picture or something of what my table looks like tomorrow, and I will include that at the end. Oh, kitty girl. Hi. She wants to be in the video too. She says, Mom, I want to be in the video. Is that you? Yeah. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching. Got a few new subscribers this week, so thank you. Don't forget, as Lexi always says, to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we upload another video. And we will see you in a few other videos. We've got Christmas coming, and my family's coming to visit, so we might put out a few extra videos. Anyway, have a good night, guys. Bye.